Yeah.
I almost wanna cry.
I'm on the radar.
What?
You see me yet?
You see me yet?
You got to.
Yeah.
Zay.
We back
In the building.
People looking at me, the closer it hurts. My closet's mismatches full of Zilla shirts. My own merch, El Jefe and hats and visors. Looking at the team growing like it was Kaiser. Permanente, I speak Spanish, Paquito, smooth Harry Belafonte. They say too cool and just regular Ronze. And when you hit a tag it, there's no heat behind it. I've been hustling for so long, you know the numbers got grind behind it. Tune to the 329, cause when you tune in the 3, you gotta stay at 29. I've been rocking since my 20s. Technically, I started in 1989. Probably before that, probably maybe rewind about now. That would be about 80. Maybe that's by design. I would ask my mama, unfortunately, we ran out of time. She proud of a black sheep. And if she didn't say it loud, I know she said it with that phone beat. You know, cause of my pride possessions. And even if it's not in a confession, this my confession. And even if it's not a confession, this my confession. For real, I say, this shit hard. I'm talking about the beat. This shit hard. And I ain't talking about the beat. Yeah, you know, this shit hard. And I can't even cheat. You know, this shit hard. And y'all walking around thinking this shit sweet.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
What's up? Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, just being real.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
I'll let the beat rock. For real. This shit hard. And I ain't talking about the beat.
Oh man.
This shit hard. And I can't even cheat. This shit hard. And y'all walking around
Thinking
shit
shit sweet. Yeah.
I'm talking about the beat.
I'm talking about the beat, y'all.
Yeah. This shit
hard.
I'm talking
About the beat. Yeah, this shit hard.
And y'all
I ain't talking about
thinking
the
shit sweet.
Oh yeah, y'all walking around thinking shit sweet. Welcome on the beat. Alright. So what's up, guys, man? Beats by Lonze back in the building. Got another stream for y'all. Tonight, I just want to have a deep, raw conversation. Got nothing really on the agenda of what I really wanted to talk about, but I was done for the day, and I decided that I was just gonna come back over here and just have a conversation, and let's see who pop up on the screen on the stream, and see what we can talk about, man. So yeah, that song that I just played is called "This Shit Hard." That is off the Zay and Wugga Files. I believe that is part 2. Not sure, that we got so many editions of the Zay and Wugga Files, so I forget which one that song, but I believe that's on Zay and Wugga Files part 2. But that's one of my favorite songs that I recorded, and as y'all know, or maybe not know, that I'm really a producer. I was an engineer for over 20 years, and I stayed behind the boards all the time. Like, I always wanted to record other people, and just recently, over the last 7-8 years, I want to say, I started to like record more of myself and do more music myself, and not to put music out to be like a big superstar or anything like that. Just to do music because I genuinely love music. So that's pretty much the way that goes, is how I started putting out music. So now, I will tell you, there's been a huge uptick in me putting out music in the last 3-4 years, because I just, like, when I hear the beat, and automatically I think of a theme, I think of, what direction I want to go with it, and I just I either let the pen rock, or I type it in my phone, or I freestyle it. Most times, like, it's funny, like, I don't know what it's called, but I'll freestyle the verse, and somehow they will come together. Like, it wasn't really meant to come together, but they, I'd say some stuff like, I don't know. I'd say some stuff that's like really mind-boggling. Like, how did I come up with that? And I didn't really like think of it. It just came off the top of my head. Like, and sometimes like some of my friends, they are rappers and they have good songs and stuff. And like sometimes I like to show odes to them and like use some of their verbiage and stuff in like some of the songs. Like, my boy Heaven, he has a song called Too Cold that I produced for him, right? Then he has a remix called So Cold, but I kind of played with that, in one of the songs that I was like, you should have got me when I was hot, now I'm too cold. And that was kind of like a ode back to his song of Too Cold that we did. And I wish I had it available where that I can kind of play it, because that's one of my favorite songs that we did. But so yeah, man, tonight I really wanted to tell y'all and talk to y'all about the fact that I lost my 40-ounce Stanley either today or yesterday. I think I lost it yesterday, and let me tell you how that happened, right? And this is bothering me because I've been trying to do better with drinking water, and yeah, I've been trying to do better with drinking water. And what has happened is that the 40-ounce Stanley has kind of helped me stay on track of drinking the 40-ounce, filling it back up, and it's kind of like keeping me like on track, because I'm in the studio most of the time, so I need to stay hydrated. And I really have had a lot of problems with staying hydrated over the years. And being in the military and running all the time, and well, I'm retired from the military now, but back when I was in the military, running all the time and humping and PTing and all that kind of stuff, you had to really like drink a lot of water and things of that nature. But I love to have drank Gatorade all the time, and I was addicted to sodas for a little bit. And so yeah, so that's pretty much my thing. Was like, as I got older and start having complications with stuff, the doctor was like, hey, I need you to clean up your diet. Hey, I need you to you can't go in the gym and lift and get all big and get and put all the extra weight on you, because your body can't handle all that extra extreme weight. So yeah, it looks good to have all the big muscles and stuff and the six-pack abs and all that stuff, but muscle weighs more than fat. So when you have a lot of muscle, you get heavy. And so yeah, I was getting wide, I was getting swollen, getting big, and yeah, it looked good to me. But then when I go to the scale and talk to the doctor's like, okay, you're on the obese level. Now, I never understood how you can be like 3% body fat and be obese, but because of my height dictates how much weight you can have. So back then when I was in a gym heavy, I was like, now I'm 5'4", I'm 5'4", and I was like 170 pounds, like 3%, 4% body fat, right? Like just out of control, stupid rip. And still, the crazy thing about it is that even at that weight and that percent of body fat, I still was not the ripped that I wanted to be. I wasn't where I wanted to be as far as the V-shaped body and all that stuff. So, but anyway, the doctor was like, hey, you had 170 pounds at 5'4", you can't be 170 pounds. Now, I will tell y'all, when I was in the military, I'll tell you this, when I started in 1997, when I went in, I was 126 pounds. And I held the 126 pounds all the way through boot camp to my first duty station when I went to Japan. And when I left Japan, that was the first time that I realized that I had bulked up and put on muscle. And so when I left Japan, I don't recall if I ever looked in a mirror before, but when I left Japan and I was staying in this hotel getting ready to come back to the States, I was standing in front of a mirror and I was looking at myself and I was like, damn, I gained some muscle. Like, I actually have some muscle. And then so I was, from that point I was 126 to 135 pounds. And then I got to my regular weight of 145 pounds. Now, from 1998 all the way to 2015 when I retired, I held the 145 all the way up until all the way up until I was about to retire. I held that in 140. But then I started to gradually, as I started to lift more weights and get a little bit bigger, I got to the 150. Then after I retired is when I actually hit 160. When I retired and got out of the military, I was able to hit 160, and then I hit 170, and that was as biggest I can get. And then that's when I started going to the doctor, and the doctor was like, hey, your cholesterol is high. You know, what are you eating? I'm like, I eat a lot of red meat. I eat steak and beef and chicken and rice and potatoes and all this stuff. And she was like, yeah, all the stuff you like, you can't have. That salt that you got in your the salt that makes your food taste good, you got to reduce the salt. Cholesterol is too high. All the fast foods, all the soda, all the candy, all the chips, all that you gotta reduce it, or you gotta take it out of your diet. And so so back to the water thing. I lost my 40-ounce Stanley. Now, me personally, I wouldn't have paid $40, $50 for a Stanley. But my wife, because my daughter at her school, everybody got Stanleys. Now, imagine this, a middle schooler, and all her friends at middle school got Stanleys and Lululemon, and I don't know what other stuff that little girls have, but they got all this expensive stuff that all these girls got. And so, my daughter is like, I want Lululemon. So she got Lululemon backpacks and pocketbooks and stuff. And so everybody had decorated Stanley cups. And so my wife bought my daughter a Stanley cup. And so while she was buying her the Stanley cup, she also bought me a Stanley cup. Then, on top of that, my wife bought my daughter 2 40-ounce Stanley cups, because the first one she got was purple, and somebody at her school had, no. I think the first one she got was pink, and somebody else at the school had the same type of Stanley that she got, and so I think they went and bought her a purple one. And so she had 2 40-ounce Stanleys. And then I had my 1 Stanley. So let me tell you how I lost my Stanley. This is bothering me because I didn't realize I lost it until today. Last night when I went to bed, I thought I had it. It wasn't with me. And I was like, oh, I just left it in the studio, because the studio was where I remember being last, right? So, today was our trash day. So yesterday we took all the trash to the road so that the trash people can come pick up our trash. And while we were doing that, I took my Stanley with me to the bus stop to pick my daughter up. And I put my Stanley, well, this is what I remember that I think happened. I put my Stanley on top of the our gate post, and I think I left it there overnight. And this morning when I took my daughter to the bus stop again, I didn't see it. And then I went through the house, like getting ready to come to do my studio stuff, and I realized, where is my Stanley at? And I start looking and start tearing the house up, couldn't find it. And then so all day I had to retrack my steps. I looked in all the cars, I looked in the backyard, I went to my chickens. I didn't leave it in the chickens because I went to the chickens yesterday. And Stanley nowhere to be found. And so, Stanley is gone. So now here's the other thing. We have all types of water bottles because, again, like I told you, like for majority of my life I've been going to the gym, so I had shakers and water bottles and all that kind of stuff for before going to the gym and mixing protein and all that kind of stuff. So I have all these different types of joints, but I got accustomed to the Stanley. And so now this is bothering the shit out of me that the Stanley is gone. And even worse, here's the worst part about it that I hate, is that even though I took the Stanley to the bus stop is at the end of my driveway. And so somebody drove by in my neighborhood and took my Stanley from my property pretty much. Now how nasty can you be to drive by somebody's house and see that that's their driveway and just take somebody's stuff? Like, you obviously could see that somebody forgot it or left it there. And they was like, oh shit, $40 Stanley? I'll just take this mug home, put it in the dishwasher, and now I got a brand new Stanley. So tonight when I was going through all the other cups that we got that's like Stanleys, I realized that I had earlier in the year we won a raffle, and I won 2 Yeti cups. And so I have 2 Yeti cups that now I think that I'll start using those instead. But the only thing about it is that it has a big hole in it. So if you knock it over in the studio, it's going to waste water anywhere. I mean, it's going to waste water all over the place. So Anti-Semantics, my guy, what's up with you? He says, hey man, do you prefer to find loops and samples, or do you like to make beats on the fly? I like to do both. I like to make beats on the fly, and I like to use samples. Now for my lives, if y'all been watching my lives for a couple, I've been using a lot of Masada samples because Masada makes soul samples, and I like to chop stuff. And so for the streams, I kind of like it to be more organized when I chop samples, because it's just like you hear the sample and you're like, okay, where is he gonna take it? And it kind of like, I don't know, I kind of like to chop samples for the lives. But then on the days that I just feel like making stuff on the fly, then I do that with the Live 3 and the push as well. Like, I don't like to chop many samples in the push, but I will. And Samantha says, you just described me with this whole gym and I don't drink water. I'm 6. I'm not sure what you mean by 6. Are you saying you 160 or you 6 feet? Probably saying he's 6 feet. Well, my sons, all of my sons are 6 feet. My daughter, my oldest daughter, she is, yeah, okay. My oldest daughter is 5'5" and I'm 5'4", and so most people don't know that I was born 3 months premature, and so that stunted my growth a lot growing up. So I got to like 5'4" and I stopped growing. But then my brothers, they went up to like 5'11" and almost 6 feet, and you know, I was just stunted at 5'4". So my kids, obviously, they're gonna go with whatever your genetics are. So all my kids are all my boys are 6 feet. Yeah, they're not boys, they're men. They're 22 and 20, and I think 22 and 20. Might be 22 and 21. I don't know, I forget. But they're in their 20s. They're in their low 20s, and my daughter is 19, I believe, and my baby daughter is 11, and she is already up to my neck already. So I'm sure that she's gonna be about 5'4", 5'5", if she comes in the median between me and her mother. So Antic Samantha says, you have $9,000 worth of equipment. Go pick up another Stanley. Let me correct you on that, Antic Semantics. I have $100,000 worth of equipment, and yeah, I could easily go and I was gonna order one tonight, but I was afraid that my wife was gonna just order me one, so I didn't want to order it and then I have two. So yeah, I definitely was gonna order another one. The $40 for the Stanley is nothing. I throw that away in Chipotle at least 3 times a week because I love my Chipotle. But yeah, man, I'm just you know what? It don't bother me that the Stanley is $40. It don't bother me that. It bothers me that I put it down and I lost it. I haven't lost an item in a long time, and I hate when I lose stuff. Like, I hate to put things down and I can't find it, and I really hate to lose stuff. Like, I remember all the way to like elementary school where I lost my wallet. I threw my wallet in a trash on a field trip, and that bothers me to this day. Like, I've never lost another wallet after that. Zen God, what's going on? Salute to you. Salute to you. Appreciate everybody being in the building today, man. I don't know if y'all heard that. I got some sound effects. Here we go. I got an MCaster that I bought, and MCaster Studio interface, and I wanted to try it out tonight and sit down and talk with it and see how it sounds. So
You can kind of like change your voice, and you can
do all different kind of things like that, and it's pretty cool. Pretty cool so far. I like it. Let's see what else we got. Storage mode. I don't want to mess with stuff because I don't know exactly how to work everything just yet. Oh yeah, we got grandma. That sound like a grandma, I guess. Diablo stream effects, living room, bathroom verb. Okay, let's get out of this. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Oh, you gotta cut it up. Oh, yeah. Let's go back to the grandma.
Grandma. Hello, Grandma. Grandma. Hello.
BioShock. Ha 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 ha.
Diablo. Mega deep. Maybe we can do like
Maybe you can do like voice effects and drops and stuff for like.
welcome to the Grind 329 podcast with your man Beats by Lonze, where we discuss all kinds of things that will make your ears feel good. Yeah,
That's crazy. All right. So you can do it on the fly. Like, you can leave the voice effects off, or you can turn them on just by
turning a knob just like that.
That's pretty cool. Salute Zen God. Do I sell sample packs? No, I don't sell sample packs, but I am going to start working on sample packs very, very soon. I do have an expansion that I have that's called the My Bad expansion, and I have it on my website. That's beatsbylonze.com. Y'all can check it out. It's free. You can just download it. I made that expansion for beginning producers, and pretty much what it is an expansion for the MPC that you can just load in and just get some instant drum kicks and some sounds and some stuff that I did sample. Like, I sampled some keys rolling around and just some entry level stuff just to get you going. But and I have another expansion that I was supposed to build to put out this year, but I never started working on it because I've been really busy. But let me give y'all a clue of what I really want to do. I want to run like all of my sounds through like the S5000, the S3000. I want to run them through all the machines I have in my studio, and then put them out so that nobody will have the same kind of sounds that I got. So I'm going to work on that in the next 6 months. I'd like to actually put out a sample pack, and I think that it'll be something good that I can give away to the supporters and the people that come to the channel. think it'll be really good for that. I do hear like, I don't know how to take it off. I do hear like some air. I do hear some air, but I don't know how to reduce it and take it off. Okay, that kind of reduces it, but it messes with that. Yeah, there's so many settings you can do on this Mcaster, man. It's actually pretty cool. So let's go back to effects, and let's go back to none. Let's go to none. We got living room. Let's go to none. None. It would be cool if it was in alphabetical order, right? It's not in space. Oh, there it is right there at the top. None. Check 1 2 1 2. There we go. Alright. So what's up? Let's see what's going on. What else I want? There was something else I wanted to talk about. Do any of y'all have the MPC Live 3? Let me know if y'all got the MPC Live 3, because I think that'll be a good topic also to talk about too as well. I know Anti-Semantics loves that freaking Akai Force. I know I love it too. But I will tell you that picking up the Live 3 has really like stunted me from working on any other machines as much as I would have worked on them prior to getting that machine. I tell you that. Today I discovered how to work the clips mode on the Live 3. Today I discovered that. So that was something that I worked on. I had to go and read the manual. And then after I read the manual, I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense in my brain of how it works. So let me figure out how it works. Let's just put it to the test. So we did that. We did that today. And then what else we did? We worked on the push 3 today. We chopped some samples in the push 3, so that's up on the channel. Because the push 3 came out with a new update, and in the new update now you can have stems, and so now you can export. Is that what I'm trying to say? You can export stems. Well, you can get stems in the standalone of the push 3. So I was trying to figure that out. Now, that's what I want to talk about. Now, the push 3 is an incredible machine. It's heavy, well built. Like it's a premium made machine. But it will make you think too much. And that's the thing that I really didn't really care for with Ableton and with the push, is that you got to think too much. You got to figure out how to freaking you got to figure out how to do simple stuff. Like it should have been simple that you press one button and then it would give you the option to do stem separation. But I watched a tutorial and this guy went through 8 steps just to extract stems. And it's like, it don't make sense. You have to copy it to another pad. Then after you copy it to a pad, you got to convert the audio to something else. And then after that, you have to bounce it to an audio track. And then after that, then you can press stems and then it lay the stems. I was like so backwards. So that's one frustrating thing about the push. Now there's some people that's incredible with the push 3 in Ableton and just know they know it like that. They can work it on the back of their hands. But me being a late adopter to Ableton, it just boggles my brain sometimes. Like you got to do so many clicks and checks and clicks and stuff just to get things to do simple things. Like I literally spent probably 10 minutes trying to get the push to have sound through my computer and my interface through my Presonus mixer. Like 10 minutes, because on a Mac you got your Apple settings that has sound. That's in your system settings, right? You gotta do this. You have to tell the Apple computer where you want your sound at. Then you gotta go into your actual Ableton and then assign your input and output into Ableton. And then if you are streaming, then you gotta go to your streaming platform and also tell your streaming platform where you want your sound to come from. So if you're streaming and your push 3 is plugged up, so it's gonna be looking for all the inputs for your push 3, and don't have like anything else plugged up to your computer, because now it's going to look for those interfaces too. Like at one time I had 4 interfaces plugged up to my computer just to run different areas of my studio. Like everything on this side, I have the UA Volt. I had everything running into the UA Volt, running into the computer, and then running from a small mixer over to the PreSonus 32 that's on my right hand side, because I got another computer on the right hand side. And so everything that's on the right hand side, the S2400 and the Key 61, and then everything that's in my workstation on this side, all the machine stuff ran off of the right side. And then I got over way on that side, I have the other MPC-X and the Rec 1, which is the SP1200. I don't want to say clone, but the SP1200 brother is over there. So everything that's way on that side runs across the studio to the MPC 4000 spot where I have a what's the thing called? I can't remember what it's called, but it has like 20 ins and outs and stuff that you can plug into. So anyway, that's just my tangent about freaking Ableton and the Push 3. Now here's the crazy thing: the Push 2, I didn't have all these problems with the Push 2. Push 2, I plugged it in as a controller, boom, 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 boom. I could rock the Push 2 like, I could rock it like you wouldn't believe. And I didn't even have the Push 2 that long, but the Push 3, it's cool and all, but I just thought that it would work like the MPC does. Not saying in the workflow that it will work like MPC does, but it will be as intuitive and easy to plug in and rock. Alright, so Zen God says, no Live 3 yet. I'm addicted to my MPC 1 and SP404 Mark II. That's what's up. I gotta make sure I follow your page, because I don't know if I specifically follow your page. I try to follow everybody back. Matter of fact, let me screenshot your username. Screenshot you real quick like, so I can find you after the stream. Make sure I'm subscribed to you and check out your page and see what you're doing with that MPC 1 and that 404 Mark II. Now I do have a love-hate relationship with the 404 Mark II, but I actually sat down with it one day and I figured out all my gripes that I had with it. So it actually became a better machine once I sat down with it and spent some time with it. And that's all it is. A lot of this stuff is sitting down and spending time with it when you have the time, and not having any times where you just not working on the things you need to work on. So MPC 1 as well. I don't want to unplug it because I got the LAN cable plugged up to it. But yeah, MPC 1 is one of my sleeper machines. It's one of my sleeper machines. The MPC 1, I've had it twice. Well, I've actually bought the machine 3 times. The other machine that I had, I gave it away. And then the first one that I bought, I didn't really care for it as much because it was just a small, to me it was just too small, and I preferred the Key 61 and the bigger machines or whatever, the Live 2. And so my man is in the building. So 100, what's up my guy, appreciate you. But yeah, the MPC 1 I didn't really care for at first, and then when I sold it, then I wanted it back, and then I bought it again, and then I will tell you that MPC-1 really does sound really, really good, and I don't understand it. I did a test. I tested the MPC-X, the Live 2, and I tested the MPC-1 all together. I made one beat, one track. I put them on every machine, and I ran them to my PreSonus 32 SC, and we listened, myself and Beats in Bed. We sat here in the studio and we listened to each machine, and we listened to the sonics of each machine. Now I know people say, "Oh well, it's still an MPC. It's all on the same format," but they all are different. Matter of fact, I want to tell you what the inputs are. I don't have it in front of me really quick. Where's my phone? All right, so I did some research one time because somebody was having this converter talk, and so I went all the way back to all the MPCs, and I wanted to see what all this talk was about, how each one sounds and what's coming in and out of all the machines. So I put together a sheet, and in the sheet it had all the specs on every machine. And so what I can tell you from my memory, if it serves me correctly, the MPC-1 was at 113 dB output, and the MPC-X was at 118 dB out, and then the MPC Live 2, damn, what was it? I gotta find it. Let's see. Let me search my notes. MPC-X 118. There we go. Alright, yeah. So MPC-X was 118 dB coming out of it, dynamic range. The MPC-1 and the MPC-1 Plus was 113 dB output, and the MPC Live 2 was also 118 dB coming out of the machine. So you would think that the Live 2 and the MPC-X sound would come out pretty much the same tonally, because they're 24-bit, right? But believe it or not, the MPC-1 had a better dynamic range at 113 dB. And then I believe, if I remember correctly, the new MPC Live 3 also is at 114 dB. I just pulled that up the other day. Let's see if it's on this sheet. Y'all can look that up though, but it's right there with the MPC-1. It's not 118 like the MPC-X. I believe it's 114 dB. But anyway, matter of fact, let's search for MPC Live 3 on my phone. MPC Live 3. Dun, 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 dun. MPC Live 3. Where's my shit at? I don't see it. But anyway, and it all depends on how you have your output coming in, because there is a sector in your preferences where you can actually tell your machine what output you want it to come out as. So that's another thing. And it comes already preset at a certain level already. So if you don't check it, you could be exporting out of it and export it with whatever level it is already by default, and you can also cut it off. So that's another thing you can also check. I just can't remember it off the top of my head where it is. I know it's in preferences. Actually, let's cut on the Live 1 and look and see where it is. All right, my man So 100 in the building. He said he is sampling in a P6 and like what it does to samples. That's what's up. That's my guy. You know what? I looked at the P6, but I am on a Gear stoppage right now. I am I am in the hole with gear until January when I do my studio reset, and then I start back over. So once I do my studio reset, I gotta invest in a DSLR camera. Right now I run i360 cameras, and I have a Cisco camera as well that's 4K. But I've been told for the longest I need to invest in DSLR camera, so I think that I'm going to have to invest some dollars in a good camera, just so that I could be in better competition with my peers that do YouTube as well. But for the most part, I think my setup looks pretty good. But I think another problem too that I run into is that most times if you watch my channel and I do videos on the fly, I do those videos on the iPhone. And so when you see those vertical videos, I'm shooting them on the fly. And so it's not all pretty and not edited like, the rest of my lives or my videos that I actually go in and edit. And so I think when people watch those quick videos, they think that is what's on my channel. Like, they don't really go through and see that, of the 2,800 videos on my channel, that 2,500 of them is produced. And then the other ones that I do on the fly, like when I just feel like, hey, I just did this beat real quick, I just want to showcase it, and I do it with my phone, it's just a different, it looks a little bit different. But yeah, I looked at the P6, and I have talked myself out of the P6 because I want a Key 37. This is what's really happening. I want a Key 37, but I want a brand new Key 37 if Akai drops a new Key 37 with the updated stuff. That's what I'm looking for. And then if Akai drops a new MPC, I'm gonna want the big boy. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm holding off on any more new studio equipment because I got a feeling that those two things are coming, and I'm gonna need the money for those. So let's see what we got. Peter Lambert says, "Hi Lonze, I noticed your Ableton was standard version like mine. I like the look of that sweet version. It has Max for Live expensive." Yes. I did not go to the very, very last tier. I've been at standard for the last 3 years, I believe, that I've had Ableton. I think standard is enough bang for my buck. And yeah, Max for Life. Having Max for Live is really cool, and you get it with standard suite, so I'm like, cool. I can stay in the middle. And another thing I did was I used the student discount for Ableton when I signed up, so I didn't have to pay the full amount because I used the student discount. The Real Big Papa Furious says, "Can you confirm if the Machine Studio works good with Machine 3 software? Thinking about copying a used one off Reverb." Yes, sir. You can go back to my live videos on my channel, and you will see I've been working with the Machine Studio in the Machine 3 software. It works perfect. It works pristine, like it was meant to be in it. And it was ahead of its time, so it was meant to be there. So menu preferences, hardware, is it in hardware? It's probably gonna be project defaults. Dun, dun, dun. So we got, where is it? Not project load, save, general, vintage mode, hardware, velocity, brightest. Yeah, my man, DC Carson. Shout out to DC Carson. He brought this up in a convo we had the other day. He was like, "Hey man, did you know?" He said, "Did you check your settings in your MPC to see what settings it was exporting out in?" I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, in the MPC it has a default in there that if you don't change it, you will be sending out in a specific format, a specific sound format. And I was like, I ain't never seen that shit you talking about. And I'll be damned, it was there. I feel like it's in hardware, but I don't see you. Don't you hate when you're looking for something you can't find it? I don't see it. Maybe they removed it. Bypass effects plugins, Pro 10. Maybe they changed it in the 3. That can't be, bro. That can't be. That can't be. Aftertouch. Tap tempo, 3 taps. Select A and D. Global pitch bend. Sequencer. Truncate length. Record aftertouch. Yeah, I don't see it. Interesting. Alright, well, I guess I'll stand off for that one then. Alright, so I didn't follow on question. So he said, does the Machine Studio work good with the Machine 3 software, or should he get the Machine MK3 or the Plus? I have all three. Okay. I started out with the Machine Studio. I like the big platform of the Machine Studio. The buttons are bigger, it's spread out. It's a little bit more simpler than the MK3. The MK3 though, when I got the MK3, is much more of an update and an upgrade. And I really like the format of the MK3. Now what I was sold on with the Plus was that the Plus is supposed to be standalone. And so I was thinking that just like the MPC, that the standalone was going to not require me to have a plug, a plug to plug into the socket, which is not the case. You have to have it plugged to power all the time. And so it kind of killed the standalone feel for me. You still gotta, it's meant to be in the studio. It's meant to not be carried around to be worked out in the field. It's pretty much to be carried from studio to studio, and you plug it in, and then you got all the plugins and stuff with you at all times with the Plus. So that's the thing you have to take away. Do you need all the plugins in the machine? Then the Plus will be a good option. If you don't need all the plugins and you just need a controller that is just going to be moving and shaking like you need it, then the MK2 is it. And then if you just don't want to spend the bread on the newest updated stuff, then the Studio is a good product to actually have. I actually I actually got rid of my first Machine Studio, the white one. That was the first hardware that I bought when I started getting into drum machines, was a Machine Studio white, and I gave it away in an auction. I did an auction one time, and I gave it away in an auction. Then I hated that I gave it away, and then I went and bought the black one. I went and bought it again. I got it for cheap too, like $150 maybe, and man, it still rocked. Now I heard Sample Kings dropped in 2 of his videos. He said that he got a connect that said that Machine is coming out with a new product, that he think that it's the Machine Studio, that's what he thinks is coming. So we don't know. We'll see. If they come out with a Machine Studio, then shit, then Akai may have a little bit of a competition. But I can tell you right now, they may be $1 and a day short, because this damn MPC Live 3, it is the business and it's the truth. But I'd say if you're on a budget, Machine Studio, if you can there's a lot of people that don't like what Machine did and why they took so long to drop stuff. So they're getting rid of the MK2s. You can get MK2s for really cheap, and you might luck around like I did, and I got the plus. I got the plus for like maybe $400 on eBay. The dude was like, he was like, oh, I didn't realize what it was, and but he said, hey, my mess up is your win, and so I got it for like $400, I believe. Like practically mint condition, almost damn near brand new. Yeah. So 100 says the real big Papa Fury says I was wrong about the TR1000 might be worth $2,600 after all. I think the TR1000 is worth $2,600. I have only seen one person that has been sampling and doing hip hop on the TR1000, and I don't speak about him. So, but that's the only person I've seen with the TR1000. Everybody else is making the regular old Roland 808 and 909s 1989 music. So that's not what I do. So, I probably would have. If Akai wouldn't have dropped the new machine, I probably would have got the TR1000. So I spent the money on the MPC Live 3 because I said it from the get-go. When Akai dropped their new machine, I'm getting it. With no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes about it. And another thing too that happened is that same time I got the Live 3, I had already ordered the MKS Rec 1. And so that was another 2600? Was it 2600 or 23? I forget, I have to go look. But yeah, I already had spent that bread for that machine, so I was like, okay, do I really need to spend another 2600 that I ain't gonna see that money no time soon? Nah. So Soul 100 says, I thought I was done. I just got the Roland Phantom. Of course you did. Of course you got the Roland Phantom. I will tell you that there's a couple people in my circle that have all gotten Phantoms, and the sound is there. So of course you did. Of course you got the Phantom. That's a no-brainer for you. But yeah, there's 3 more machines I'm gonna get. I'm going to get the new MPC X if Akai comes with a new MPC X. Definitely gonna get a Key 37 because I didn't get the Key 37. I'm gonna get a Key 37, and the last thing that I'm gonna get is an unknown machine. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm gonna get it's gonna be 3, and that's gonna be it. After I get that, that's gonna be it. And I got an offer to get a 3000. I got somebody that offered to sell me a 3000 and a 60. Oh well, 60-2. So I could have bought either or. And so, I mean, that's on the table still. So I'm like, man, once I do this studio update, I may just start getting rid of some stuff that I really don't have use for, that I don't use. Like on my retired shelf over here, I got at least 3 things that need to come off that shelf. I probably got what, 1,300. I probably got a cool 1,700 on the shelf that I could cash in, and then I got the MPC X OG that I'm gonna give to my homeboy on the low. So I'm gonna get that little bread. So I mean, there could be, that's gonna pay for something, or not, or it's just gonna sit in the pot until I find something else. But yeah, I think there's about 3 more machines I'm gonna get, and then I'm gonna be done. Then I'm gonna hunker down, and y'all gonna see the rest of this content that I'm gonna put everything together. Let's see. So Zen God says, you play with big boy toys. I can't imagine those Roland P6, Novation Circuit Rhythm, Yeah, I don't like those. Sonic Wear sample track. I got a Sonic Wear sample track, and I got the Sonic 12. What is that little joint called? Sonic 12 something. The screen is it's so small and I can't see it. And that's the only thing. That's the bad thing about it, is that I can't see the screen. Like I'm really like squinting at the screen. It's really small, hard to really see. Like I got a magnifying reading glass thing that I bought to put up against it, so I can actually read it. 421 BB4, what's up? What's going on? But anyway, I think I'm gonna get out of here. I've been here almost an hour. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Appreciate it. As always, check out my music at Bandcamp, man. I got a lot of music on Bandcamp. I got R&B albums, rap albums, a lot of beat tapes. I got S2400 beat tape. That's one of my favorites. I got the freaking Ableton Move. I got an Ableton Move beat tape on that joint. I got a push 3? No, I ain't got a push 1 yet. I got a Live 2 beat tape, and then I got a whole bunch of MPC beat tapes that's on my Bandcamp. But check my music out, man. Help support independent artists. And last but not least, if you don't want to support independent artists, you can also check my Spotify and Apple, and you can stream just by checking my name, Beats by Lonze. If you search for that, you'll find everything I produce. You'll find everything that I recorded. You'll find everything that I put out there for free for people that want to support that way in streaming. But I'll tell you, I prefer y'all check out the Bandcamp, because that's where the bulk of the music is. And streaming, yeah, you might get it for free, but it really don't do much for us as artists, because it takes so many streams to make any money on it, and the people that run the streaming platforms make billions off of music every year, and we get pennies. So I will always push for independent artists to work that 85% 15% split that you get from Bandcamp. That is better than any. I'll tell you, I made more money off Bandcamp than I made in music my whole career. So that should tell you something. And that money comes straight to your bank account within 24 hours. Like if you buy an album tonight, in 24 hours tomorrow, I'll be getting a notification that 85% is hitting my bank account tomorrow. So that's the dope thing about that. So beatsbylonze.com, like I told you, check out my podcast, the Grind 329 podcast. We're on season 2, like episode 9, I believe. And then I have my merch line out there. Check out the merch line. And also beats, if you want to buy beats. I know y'all all producers, y'all don't buy beats. But if you know anybody looking for beats, send them to my website. You can check out previews of all the beats that I made for sale on beatsbylonze.com. So if y'all got any other questions, again, I appreciate y'all being in the building. I just need to ramble a little bit while my daughter and my wife was doing homework. And yeah, so I was like, let me get over here and stream real quick, like so. Alright guys, I'm going to stay on for 2 minutes so I can make it right to the hour mark. So while y'all waiting, I think I'm going to play something. Let's see what we got.